Okay, Mike, this is for you. You wanted to see videos and pictures of my trail run. And you can see it's pretty green here in Korea. It's pretty dense, and the trails are absolutely fantastic. Not a whole lot of people out here because I'm out in the upper part of the trail now. But I'll show you the steep part shortly, although I wish I could zoom with this iPhone because you'd see that trail is rather vertical when it gets up into the trees there. But in the meantime, this is chop number 1. I'll be back. Despite the amount of green out here, we're actually not that far from civilization. I can hear birds, but if I listen close, I can also hear the cars. 안녕하세요. There's a Korean story about, I don't know if it's the Chinese that were invading, or Japanese, or who, or Mongol hordes, but the people gathered rocks and had them to throw at the enemy and managed to drive the enemy off. So along a lot of these hiking trails, we get these big, what I would call a cairn of rocks. This one is really old. People have been throwing rocks on this one for a really long time. Most of them are small. I'm here at the fire overlook. I don't know what all they can see because it's pretty hazy out there. I guess some people taking breaks on their trail run, deciding where to go. Nice little picnic spot. I'm about 3.3 miles up into the trail run, and we have neat things here. We've got the markers, the emergency number, and it tells you where you are, and that box that has the label peeling off is an emergency first aid kit. So I guess you call the number and they give you the combination, or if you're desperate enough, you just bust it off. But they're really well equipped with the trails up here. I'm not sure what the little red ribbons are about. Maybe I'll find out. As you can see, this section of trail is a little bit less used. It's pretty narrow, kind of hard to follow, but a little quieter out here. Lots of burial sites. I don't know, you can see that in the distance, but it's kind of misty and hazy, and believe it or not, pretty warm out here. Now you gotta understand, we are way out. I don't think there's a road that comes up anywhere near here. So I don't know how they got this stuff up here. I don't know how they get the stuff up here to maintain it. We've seen them hauling gas-powered weed whackers up the mountain, so I guess that's how they do all of these perfect little manicured bushes. Somebody was a pretty special person to have this kind of dedication from their family. And I know it's typical, but this is a really particularly nice funeral mound. And then you can see out across the valley. This is the more industrial side. All that green down there are rice paddies. All the way through the valley is rice paddies. There's a burial mound up there in the hill, and then looking back into the town. I just ate a spider web. 2 spider webs. Blech. Okay, this video does not show you how steep this up and down is. This is like, I don't know how I'm going to do this without totally slipping and sliding. Maybe I'll take a picture back up when I get to the bottom. bottom, up, and more up. That's a lot of up. Somehow the downs just don't balance it out. This is a burial mound for maybe a slightly poorer family, or a family who invests more in life than in death. I don't know. No stonework. The mounds are because they bury people standing up. So Koreans don't even rest when they die and when they sleep. Just another view. I also just realized I never restarted my Garmin after stopping at the fire lookout. Grand. So I still think I'm at 3.3 miles. I'm not sure how much farther I've gone than that because I don't know what time I've been out here either. Such a smooth move. There, now it started. Grand. Another view of the rice paddies. It's pretty nifty down there. And I'm up on the top of a ridge. If I turn around and walk over to this side, we see more rice paddies. That field down there is flooded right now, so it's not super green yet. Now you can really see the rice paddies off into the haze. Again, wish I had zoom because you can see the little guy down there in his straw hat working his fields. That's where I'm going. Decided to run down to the rice paddies. Came down from up on the ridge up there. Aren't they pretty? They're so green. To get some more still shots. I think I'll run down and say hi and take a picture or a video of the farmer. Wonder what he'll think of that. Up close and personal. Hope my lens is clean. These big, huge cranes keep flying up out of the rice paddies, or storks, or I don't know what they are. They're really, really big. And unfortunately, I don't know that I'm going to get close enough to any of them to take a picture. But I usually don't realize they're there until I've come over the edge and they've already swooped off. I don't know if that one's showing up at all. I think they're the pterodactyls that I've been hearing from my backyard. They're so loud. What I'm a little bit worried about is managing to come across a nest and really ticking one off because they are really big. Oh, check it out. I gotta tell my husband about this place. Koreans like trout fishing, and they have these little lakes, cool little shaded places to sit. You pay a fee. And the fish basically jump onto your hook. Some of them are divided, and they have carp or catfish on one side and trout on the other. And occasionally they have bass, but the Koreans don't like bass, and they just throw them back. So the Americans score pretty well out here. For the record, I did stop and say hello to the farmer, and in return I got a big smile and a wave and a chuckle. He thought I was quite funny. And you know, honestly, I probably would have expected an old farmer out working in his hat to have snarled and said something, "Ah, rah, 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 rah," you know, about the young whippersnapper who has nothing better to do on a Saturday morning but go out and stroll through the woods, as opposed to working hard like he's doing. But he was very friendly and laughed, and it was very cool. Those are the things that I love about this place. Trail stops. First I gotta show you this motorcycle because I think that is just freaking amazing. We have bathrooms, which are really kind of glorified chemical toilets, and this is where everybody comes to stop and have a drink and a snack and buy some vegetables and get some water. We have really yummy spring water that comes out over there. And you can get up here by road and trail, like by hardpack road or bike path, and then you can also come up and down the dirt single track. Obviously, it's a very popular place. Okay, so I'm off trail now. I'm going to do some running through town, and this is Fountain Park. Not surprising. What you can't see up that hill is a huge amphitheater, and then trail goes on up to where I was running. They really do parks beautifully here.